Welcome to the introduction to Bootstrap 4. In this first video, I'm going to show you some online resources on where to get Bootstrap and discuss what Bootstrap is and why you would use it for building your websites. So in order to get started, you're going to want to go to getbootstrap.com, and this is the home of Bootstrap. It will have all the documentation that you would need to get started. It has all the code snippets, instructions. You are able to also download Bootstrap from this site and work with it offline if you do not want to do the CDN. So this is kind of your home for any new documentation, any new things that come out with Bootstrap. Bootstrap does update itself fairly often, so as you work and as you grow as a developer, you want to come back and check out their site and see what is new and what is different as they continue to update and grow their program. So once I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and click the Get Started button. And this site may look different. Like I said, they update fairly often, so it may change a little bit as this video ages a little bit. But once I get into here, I can look at the Quick Start Guide. There is a nice download page to go ahead and download Bootstrap and run it on your machine. Bootstrap is a free open source CDN, so that means that anybody can go and download Bootstrap. They can compartmentalize and customize Bootstrap to their own needs, and then it can also link to their delivery network where it's stored online for you to use. So once I'm here, I can see that here is the CSS that I'm going to paste into my code. There's its JavaScript. Here is a bundle of everything together. You can separate that if you need to. And there's modules and a starter template. The starter template is free for you to use. You can go ahead and click that copy button and use that starter template to copy into your own code to kind of get you jump started. So let's talk about what Bootstrap is. So I've mentioned real quickly that it's free and open source, but it is a mobile-first framework for building front-end web design. So any websites that you would like to build, it thinks about having a mobile-first responsive strategy. So thinking mobile first, you're designing for mobile devices first and working to a large desktop. Bootstrap out of the box is automatically responsive. It has 5 different breakpoints that you can code into, and using their classes will automatically make your site responsive. So you don't have to write as many media queries as you would if you were trying to hard code a site just with HTML5 and CSS, trying to get that mobile responsive. Bootstrap automatically is mobile responsive. So because Bootstrap is mobile responsive, it's also very easy to start working with. Because you're using a framework and predefined classes that come built into Bootstrap, you can very quickly develop a site. It doesn't take as much slogging through and building basic CSS. You can get started quickly. Once you get a little bit of expertise with Bootstrap, you can build a basic web page in a couple hours, and it will be beautiful and mobily responsive. Because it's quick and easy to use, it's also modular. So as you can customize Bootstrap to your own needs. So you don't necessarily have to use the framework right out of the box. You can customize it to how you need it to be, how your client needs it to be, how your company works with it. That way it becomes your own customizable thing that you 5. It does not work in older versions of HTML. So as you work in this, it's going to be HTML5 and CSS3, and I'm sure that will update as time goes on. In addition to working with Bootstrap from the Get Bootstrap page, you can also head over to W3 Schools. Go ahead and bookmark this page as well. There's a nice thing over here that says Learn Bootstrap. And right now it gives you these options of Bootstrap 3 and Bootstrap 4. Unless you truly have a reason to go into 3, you're going to want to go ahead and learn Bootstrap 4 and work. There are some differences in going from Bootstrap 3 to Bootstrap 4, namely if you're working with older versions of Internet Explorer, you would need to develop in Bootstrap 3, but for all of these videos we are going to be working in Bootstrap 4, so I'm going to go ahead and click into that. And then you can see there's a whole lot of tutorials here. There's a lot of try it yourself examples for any of these codes, and there's also some nice templates that you can get started with within the W3 Schools tutorials. So I'm going to go ahead and start working with our first Bootstrap page. So I'm going to navigate back over to the Bootstrap website here, and I'm going to scroll down to the starter template. I'm going to go ahead and hit copy. That's going to go ahead and copy to my clipboard, and I'm going to open up a new document within brackets. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that code within there, and then I need to save this file to go ahead and get it to turn on all of the nice editing features of an HTML document. So that's important to remember when it's working within brackets, is that you have to save it as a .html. So I'm going to do a save as. It's going to want to save within, I'm just going to save it to my desktop. I'm going to call mine test.html. Let's call it test2 because I'm sure I have multiples on here. And great, and that's going to go ahead and light up, so now you can see the different colors that Bootstrap uses to work with, or brackets, excuse me, uses for your HTML. And then I also have my live preview. If you click the little lightning bolt, it will open up Chrome for your live preview. And there you have Hello World. So let's break down what we have in here. I can see my meta tag with my car set in here for what I'm typing with. This super important meta tag that says this is a responsive website. I have a link here to the Bootstrap CSS. This is on their CDN. So in order for any of your Bootstrap libraries to work, this is the default Bootstrap CSS. And then you have these options down here, Bootstrap bundle with a popper, or option 2 if you want to separate the popper and the JavaScript. If you're doing something a little more custom, you can do that option 2. If you're not using it, you can go ahead and delete it. There's not a reason to have both in there. But if you'd like to leave it in, you can as well. But notice it says choose one of the 2. So one last thing I want to show you is where to get brackets if you do not have brackets. It is not necessary to use this particular code editor to follow along with any of my videos. This just happens to be the one that I am using. So if you go to brackets.io, you can download, click the big old download button and download Brackets. It's an open source code editor. So you can edit a lot of different coding languages within it. However, you could work with something, something like Atom or Dreamweaver if you're writing your own code as well. Those will also work to write your Bootstrap site. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.